What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy, Domuto. We're back with another video today. We are watching Beyond Dragon Ball Super by UnrealEntGaming. And we're watching, what the fuck? This shit was Beyond Dragon Ball Super Full Power Super Saiyan Broly Unleashed against Destroyer Grizzlor. Alright. So we better get into it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. And let's go.
As our story now continues, following the initial events of Universe 17's God of Destruction Grizzlor, now shown locked in a heated battle against Goku and Vegeta, as when Broly now briefly immobilized with Angel Jinrei having to oversee the battle in front of him, was when Jinrei then went on to respond. And I must admit that watching Lord Grizzlor engage against these two in a 2-on-1 battle like this wasn't something that I was ever expecting for him to undergo, and especially not today, since his original plan was to go into hibernation in getting enough rest before having to go and pay Lord Beerus a visit in Universe 7, but, well, even now, Lord Grizzlor's sheer size and muscle density is proving to hold a significant advantage in this battle against those two, as despite Goku and Vegeta's impressive coordination and resilience out there against him, I'm afraid that their attacks simply aren't having the kind of impact that they were hoping to have, and as judging based on how this is currently going and the way this is looking, Jinrei continues, it'll only be a matter of time before Lord Grizzlor crushes them both and moves on with his plans, as I do still expect for him to travel into Universe 7 and meeting with Lord Beerus, but, well, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't curious on how this battle that they are currently waging is going to go, because even with the Saiyans knowing that Lord Grizzlor is far stronger than either of them can muster within the moment, when considering on who those two have been trained by, and when considering on how they are likely one of the very few mortals to ever wield such power, I'm more than curious to see if they will be able to go and find a way to overtake Grizzlor in battle, or if they're simply running on their instincts out there against him in hopes of allowing for their ultra powers to be what is strong enough in having to take Grizzlor down for good. To which all the while in the meantime, when then venturing back on over onto the battlefield and seeing as to how Goku and Vegeta were engaging against Grizzlor, was when Grizzlor then went on to quickly respond, "This is just way too easy, but far more entertaining than I thought that this would be. But don't tell me that this is seriously the best that the two of you can do now."
Yeah, he on y'all ass.
More questions? What a disgrace, for your ultra forms are just pitiful attempts at true divinity, and as I can now begin to understand on why your universe is in such a sorry state that it's currently in, especially with a destroyer who can't even maintain his own focus anymore on top of it, Grizzlor continues. But just in case you don't want to go ahead and take my word for it, Grizzlor went on to then grab onto Vegeta's hair along with Goku's arm by then quickly responding, then why
snatch his hairline off.
Show you both by using you as examples to further prove my point that no matter what level of power you Saiyans manage to go and achieve, even if it just so happens to be under the watchful eye of your universe's God of Destruction or not, and that is you will never come close in amounting to the sheer levels of power that we gods who sit at the highest of valleys have amounted to. And so if it wasn't painfully clear to you little puny mortals before, well, maybe now it is, Grizzlor went on to then slam Vegeta and Goku together. And to think that you fools actually believe that you stood any sort of remote chance in getting the better of someone who was far more powerful than you in this battle was just utterly laughable. But if you're still not convinced that you are both utterly doomed, Grizzlor continues, and if you can't still see that no matter what it is that you both try and do, that none of it will be strong enough to hurt me, then I want you both to go and take it from me, because if you don't, then you can go and ask your puny God of Destruction Beerus for yourselves, and he'll go and tell you. As Beerus knew better than to go and try to pick a fight with me when I was hungry, Grizzlor went on to then slam Goku down on the ground by continuing, but just look how soft he's grown over the years, which only goes as far as to reflect his laziness within the two of you mortals. To which seconds later, within that very moment, as Vegeta's body was then shown hurtling across the battlefield as Grizzlor attempted to stomp down at Goku, was when Goku then went on to quickly respond, "Oh, you can't can't just assume that we're your enemies here just because we happen to come from Lord Beerus's universe. As you are making a huge mistake by doing this, and so just try to understand that we aren't here just to simply cause trouble, Lord Grizzlor. And so you just have to try to simply listen to what it is that I'm trying to tell you here, please. With Grizzlor responding, and why exactly should I go and believe anything that you are saying, you little worm? As you were the fools who went and stuck your nose in my business when all you needed to go and do was simply let it go. But since you mortals just simply couldn't let your meals be handed over to me, Grizzlor proceeds to stomp on down, I already vowed that I was going to make all three of you pay, and that is exactly what I'm going to go and do. And because your fate has already been sealed, I'm going to But then, it was suddenly from out of nowhere, with Ultra Ego Vegeta shown having to blast Grizzlor from the side, was when Vegeta then went on to quickly shout, "Enough of these games, you tiresome overgrown maniac! Oh, you, the one who was trained under Beerus directly, why, you cocky little arrogance pest. What are you doing, you fool?
Shit.
Hurry and launch a counterattack while I have him within my sights before he tries to turn this entire thing around on us. And so now hurry it up and figure something out right now, Kakarot." As Goku then went on to quickly respond, "Right then, and so I sure do hope that this works on him, but here goes nothing," Goku shouts. "Solar Flare!" "What was that just now?" Grizzlor went on to then step back by then quickly responding, "A blinding attack, as I can't see." "Yes, he's blinded, Kakarot, and so now hurry," Vegeta shouts. "The Solar Flare had worked on him, but we may not have long." As Goku then went on to leap on up by then quickly responding, "Right, and so I'm on it now, Vegeta, so let's just hurry and try to catch him off guard while he isn't able to see." As Grizzlor then went on to respond, "Oh, no you don't, cause now you Saiyans have done it. For you two are really starting to grow a little too comfortable in assuming that you already have me all figured out, Grizzlor."
Grizzlor fucking y'all niggas up, man. Y'all might need to fuse, real key. I ain't gonna care. Where's Broly at? Broly still knocked the fuck out?
Just getting started, Universe 7. And while you think that you may in fact have a fighting chance here against me, I'm here to tell you both face to face, nose to nose, and eye to eye, and say that just like your puny so-called destroyer Beerus, neither of you will be strong enough to walk off my world in one piece, because you will both be already too far deep within my stomach to be doing so. And so now do you feel it? For I have seen many who are just as rebellious as the two of you come and go, and no matter how hard they've tried to change the outcome of their destinies, Grizzlor continues, for just as hard as they were shown trying was exactly how hard they were all shown falling. As I am going to ensure you both that there will be no tomorrow for either of you who dare to step foot and touch down within my universe the way you did, as I will go and continue to smash your skulls in until there is nothing left. Do you hear me, you puny little man?
Y'all about to.
For there will be no tomorrow for either of you once this day is through.
Yeah, I need Broly.
I will go and make sure that there will be no tomorrow and that there never will be, mortals. To which even now, as Grizzlor was shown continuously going as far as to smash both Goku and Vegeta's skulls continuously over and over again against one another, was when Jinrei went on to then respond, "Oh, but wait a minute now, and just where in the world did this sudden but yet extremely massive battle power just come from?" This sudden surge of power appears to be coming from this Saiyan Broly as well. Yes, and unlike the powers that Goku and Vegeta went on to display, Broly's power here feels nearly identical to that of a God of Destruction's power through its sheer destructive force, and while it feels extremely unstable and, dare I even say, very loose with how it appears to be,
they finally let Broly loose.
Far more to this Saiyan warrior.
Come on, Unreal, I've been waiting on this one.
Jinrei continues, which could essentially end up being very problematic in the long run if this situation isn't handled accordingly. And while I don't believe that those two over there are going to be strong enough to use their recently discovered ultra levels to best Lord Grizzlor, who is vastly more experienced than them in battle, now I can't help but wonder if there is something far more to this Broly than what we already know about him, Jinrei says, especially while possessing such freakish levels of power that I can now begin to sense dwelling from deep within him, which almost reminds me of that of a ticking time bomb just ready to explode. And while he is not known for being directly trained under a god, Jinrei continues, I can't help but wonder on how deep this so-called power of Broly's goes if he somehow manages to re-engage. Or it's quite fascinating if I just so happen to say so myself, and so I will need to go and pay very close attention to that one over there, just in case he were to unleash this power that I'm sensing that's coming from him. But even while this was shown having to happen with Jinrei, as Grizzlor was shown slamming Goku's body on down to the ground before having to lunge his head back before having to bite into Vegeta, was when Grizzlor shout,
"And now you will suffer, for this is my world, Saiyans, for I am Lord Grizzlor, ruler of the mighty and unbeatable Universe 17. And while my power grows, so does my appetite for more tasty food. So with that said, now give me your flesh, Saiyan." Hang on, Vegeta. Don't let him go and try to tear right through you like this. And so just hang in there, because I'm trying to go and get to you, but I can't seem to get him off of me, Goku says. And so now
y'all niggas getting cooked.
To you, Vegeta. Just keep trying to fight back and resist, cause we have to go and try to find a way to win if it's the last thing that we do. What do you think that I'm trying to do, Kakarot? He's too strong, and I can't get him to let go of me.
He on your ass.
Let go of my arm, you lunatic, for I am not a piece of meat just sitting around on your menu, and so now let go of me right now. Oh, he's not moving, and at this rate, he's going to tear my arm completely off the bone, Kakarot. I'll never let go of you, Saiyan.
But then, it was only just now from out of nowhere with
music
the
stopped.
burst
What the
of
hell?
energy now shown having to emanate from behind Grizzlor was when Goku then went on to chime in.
Whoa, and just what in the world is that? And what an incredibly monstrous energy. Wait, oh no, not like this. It's Broly. He's completely lost all control out there, and unless he can remember as to who we are and what we're going up against here, then this entire situation has just gone from bad to so much worse, especially now that Broly has completely gone berserk out there with no end in sight.
What was that just now? Grizzlor went on to then utter, with Jinrei having to then chime in. But of course, for I knew that this was going to be the case involving that other Saiyan, and there it is. And as I knew that this would eventually happen, but I wasn't expecting for it to come so soon, and more notably, for it to actually come from a mortal who wasn't trained by either Lord Beerus or Brother Whis. But even now, with the mortal's intent solely focused on challenging Lord Grizzlor once more, Jinrei continues, this should make for a rather very interesting showcase nevertheless, as it is very rare for Lord Grizzlor to ever find himself in a situation quite like this one that he is currently in, but I still doubt that with such an unstable and unrefined power such as the one that Broly is currently displaying, will it simply go as far as to be enough to make a difference in this contest, especially while Lord Grizzlor has yet to really try out there, Jinrei says. But it was only just upon with Grizzlor slowly being shown having to turn his head and questioning as to what was approaching was when Grizzlor then went on to question,
wait a minute, so what's that unusually massive
Yeah, that's him. That's Big Broly. Big Broly, bitch. That's big fucking Broly,
It was
nigga.
only just now from out of nowhere with full-powered Super Saiyan Broly now making his arrival onto the scene by punching Grizzlor in the face was when Goku then went on to quickly shout, Vegeta, we've got to be careful because we can't assume that Broly is able to remember who we are or even which side he is currently fighting on, and so we've got to try and keep him at bay here just in case. Well, at least he managed to knock that overgrown behemoth off of me before he was able to do any more damage just now. But maybe Broly was able to remember us, right? You are able to remember who we are, can't you, Vegeta questions? Right? Why are you looking at me like that? Wait, no, you're kidding, right? I'm not your enemy here, you freak! You've got to try to remember who you are, and so what are you about to do? To which, fortunately enough for Vegeta, before Broly even managed to actually make contact by swinging on down and attacking Vegeta, was when Goku then went as far as to use instant transmission in getting Vegeta out of there, with Jinrei then having to chime back in. Very interesting. So the Beast is unable to tell the difference between friend and foe, while also allowing for this power of his to dictate the course of his actions. How very fascinating, Jinrei says. To which, fortunately enough for Vegeta, with Goku then shown quickly having to make the save before Broly was able to do anything to Vegeta, was when Goku then went on to quickly respond, I got you, Vegeta, that was a close one, but now that Broly's completely lost his mind out there, we aren't really left with many other options in being able to do anything on our own to de-escalate the overall situation, but even now we have to hurry and act fast before something happens to Broly, with Vegeta responding, what the? Oh, damn it. We've went and lost all control of the
Alright, they about to
entire
fuse. They about to
situation out
fuse.
there, Kakarot. Because with Broly now using that berserker form of his, he can't tell the difference between who is friend and who is foe. So, we'll have to go in there and knock him out or try to calm him down, otherwise he'll destroy us both within the process. Listen, I know that it may not be ideal here, Goku quickly responds, but I think that you and I both know on what it is that you and I are going to have to do here, and so we are left with no other choice, Vegeta.
Oh, shit.
Grizzlor then went on to respond, well, and here I thought that I'd be feasting upon a nicely cooked meal by the time I returned to where I had left you, but I guess I must have taken it a bit too easy on you when I nearly set you into a cold oblivion, and now that you've shown me that there's actually a lot more to your power than I originally thought there'd be, Grizzlor continues, you and I really aren't so different after all, now are we? Because now you have my attention, Saiyan. And so the bigger they are, the more I can eat, because as impressive as this monstrous power of yours is, I can safely assure by having to just simply look you dead in your face and say that you don't scare me one bit, mortal. As I just love it when my prey attempts to try and fight back, and so go ahead and show me what you're made of, big guy. To which upon that very moment, as Broly was now dead set in having to go after Grizzlor, as Goku continued to plead and having to speak with Vegeta, was when Goku then went on to continue, listen, we aren't left with many other options here, and because Broly allowed for his rage to take control, it's painfully clear to us both right now that Broly is no longer within the right state of mind to be considered an ally to us, and it's because he's out there with Lord Grizzlor all by himself. If we don't try to do something to try and calm him down or stop him like you had mentioned, then Lord Grizzlor will either destroy Broly in the process, or Broly will just simply go and try to destroy us, since he doesn't appear to understand on who is friend and who is foe out there, Goku says. And so while it's clear to us both that we could go out there and try to engage against them separately while using our strongest levels of power, Goku continues, there is no guarantee that we'd be able to stop either of them, and since it's clear that we just can't handle that God of Destruction alone as we are, and while we still can't just bank on Broly being able to go and do this on his own either, since he hasn't been able to fully master and control his power, then we're going to have to do what we always did as a last resort in order to survive, with Vegeta responding, wait, now hold on for just a moment there.
Come on, Vegeta. Vegeta.
Suggesting what I think you're suggesting now, are you? Because you, of all people, should already know good and damn well on how I feel about that, and so you can just forget it, Kakarot. And so we'll just have to go and find another way to win here, because you aren't going to be suckering me into doing that stupid thing with you again. Well, it's not like we have much of a choice here either, Vegeta, because think about it, Goku says. With this God of Destruction already being far stronger than any of the other destroyers that we faced,
Most
it's
definitely,
not like
he
we'll manage
is
to go and get very far
Grizzlor, strong as hell.
And plus, with Broly now completely going berserk out there is no guarantee that he will be able to remember on who we are or which side he is even on, Vegeta. And so, in order for us to further avoid on what you and I both know will happen out there, Goku continues, we are hereby left with no other choice than to go and do what it is that we have to do, Vegeta. As it was only right then and there now, during that moment, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction, the Universe 17 saga, manga chapter number 5 special, then comes to a close.
And they gonna have to fuse, bro. There ain't no other choice, man. There ain't no other choice. That boy Grizzlor is cooking. Broly berserk. It's gonna be a tough battle. And shout out to UnrealEntGaming for this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. But check out the last video right here. Check out another video right here. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.